So hello everyone to this alumni inaugurational meeting of the Creators Fund first project, which completed the 3 months period. And today the aim of this gathering is to first of all to go through, from each of you, and you tell us a few words about how your experience with Creators Fund was, what have you achieved, what have been the shortfallings, what have you not achieved and you wanted to achieve, for example. And this is also an opportunity for you to kind of apply for extension for the next 3 months. If you need an extension, could be that you don't need it, but if you need an extension and you want to apply for it, this is the good chance to say it to me and to all of us. What do you need? What would be great to, why would you want to continue, and what is needed from your side? And also there is a possibility to apply for a bigger budget, let's say, than $1,000 in cubes per month. Again, if you need that, and telling us why you need that and what it would be used for. Generally, sharing with us your experience. Also with me, I would love to hear kind of your experience with that. What worked, what didn't, how you feel Creators Fund is working. All of the things, keep it open in terms of, I don't want you to strictly have 10 minutes. I'll definitely ask some questions. Probably some from audience will be able to ask the questions. Feel free to do that after the presentation or the monologue of the person finishes. And just a friendly discussion about what has been done so far. And then based on this, I will also discuss it with, within the team, of course. And we will, we'll reach out personally and we'll let you know what kind of is the result of this, depending on what you will request. And also, as for the transparency, we always publish who gets what. So whenever we decide that, okay, you get an extension and you get more funds, this will be also published in the Creators Fund channel so that everybody knows that this is happening. Just kind of like a few things. We're recording this, so most probably this will be also published later on Somnium YouTube and social channels. Again, for the transparency reasons, everybody knows who applied, what was the result, how did it go. It's always good to have this open for everyone to be able to kind of go through this. We'll have another, depending on the results of this, we'll have another Creators Fund pitch, call it pitch, probably for November batch, where the new people who applied for this, and there are already quite a lot, will be able to pitch their ideas. And so we'll continue doing this. Creators Fund is here, it's not going anywhere. We'll hope to, for it to generate an even more amazing results in the future. All right, so with this, I would want to ask you, from all of you, who wants to go first? Okay, Jimmy wants to go first. Just tell what has been experienced, what has been achieved, what worked, what didn't, what do you need more, and things like that. Just feel free to address it.
The experience has been great. I mean, having the support behind Somnium has been wonderful. What we're trying to achieve is coming along quite nicely. We've been able to hire multiple musicians and performers who have done great shows for us. And we've been able to invest in building the virtual performing, at least on the parcel. That's been the downside, is we haven't got the worlds yet. I know they're coming. But, that's been kind of a struggle. So we've been putting our focus in other places, developing the platform, the venue where it was, and doing some other things around that with the website, of course, and then with learning the programming so we're ready for Worlds. We've also invested in some of the things that we're going to need once that World comes active. It's been going very well. I mean, you've seen the budgets reports every month, so we've been using the money as wisely as possible, and I'd like to be able to expand that. Obviously, we want to get some more modelers involved so that when the worlds do become available, that we'll be able to jump right in and just go crazy with building and developing that world, so that it's
This week,
just going
this
to be
week, this week.
okay.
I
I
cannot
believe
wait.
you.
Believe
I
me,
believe you.
and I believe in my team.
I can fly.
Good. Well, we're going to need more funding to do that, and to also increase what we can pay to some of the performers, because some of the performers, to get them here is going to cost more than what we've been paying the regular fees. So, like Focus, for instance. So, anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And so, yeah, we would love to have an extension and an increase.
All
How
right,
much?
and how?
1,500 to 2,000 would be great. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's
Right, and
where
yeah,
we
I mean, I've
stand.
seen the progress, and thank you for reports. Of course, they're important. They're important for us to keep track of things, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening, because you know, it's also, when I read through the report, I can quickly see, like, where, some things could be improved. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
micromanagement at all. It's just more of an understanding for me, like, okay, you guys go into this direction, and then we look at this and we say, okay, how can we help to improve this and maybe offset some of the costs, and what is the biggest cost factor for someone, and sometimes even just an advice can say, like, look, maybe you don't want to spend that much on this right now, maybe just wait a little bit longer, but instead spend on that. And it opens up the
Mm-hmm.
conversation, and it always helps to understand. And literally it's like 5-10 sentences, which I think it's definitely useful also for the
I
person who is
like it.
doing the report, because it forces you to think about things and look at it, put it on the
Exactly.
paper, and that's
Mm-hmm.
really, really helpful for the project itself and for us. So I think it's a very nice
Mm-hmm.
nice thing
Oh,
to
yeah.
do. I can personally say that what you've done with the concerts, and I think everybody will agree here, is great. We had lots of different artists, Metaverse and others performing, and Oli, of course, and many more. It's definitely moving into the right direction. Um, the worlds, as I said, hopefully coming this week, looks like they will. We're at the finish line for them, and then of course that opens up a huge new opportunity to just experiment, and I cannot wait to see those experiments,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Yeah, so the how was the experience with kind of like the funding and the cubes? Everything runs smoothly there. It's all good. Do you see any
Yeah,
friction?
there comes a little bit of difficulty when you have to go paying it out to people. I mean, because you have to either convert it or, pay the fees, and then there's fees, and then the cubes go down, and then there's fees, and then by the time you're done, you lose another couple $100. But yeah, I mean, some artists I had to pay with cash through PayPal, so I had to convert to dollars and all that kind of stuff. So it gets a little bit expensive to do it all, but it's part of the game. So.
Yeah, I think we are also kind of like pioneers in this, because once we also implement and also very soon implement the ability to pay natively here and there, hopefully we will
Mm-hmm.
not need to
Mm-hmm.
convert so much times into cubes, because people would also
Right.
transact in cubes a lot. They will get cubes and they will transact more in cubes. They would want to use them more in here. It will make more ecosystem,
Yeah.
kind of like the closed loop. In terms of
Mm-hmm.
the cubes, by the way, in terms of the price, I must say, from what I see, it's very stable. It always goes basically from 2 to 250, very,
Yeah.
very kind of like a good range
Mm-hmm.
without some crazy surprises, which I like. Even though
Mm-hmm.
cryptocurrencies were all over the place and some were losing 50% up, 50 down. I think Cube stayed quite stable in this, and that's what I appreciated throughout the time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I can say it's very nice. Um,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if anyone has any comment or question, feel free to say anything you like to Jimby. Uh, but I,
Keep
I
it
think
up,
you
brother.
guys
Yeah,
exactly. I think
great,
you guys
great job.
enjoy
Yeah.
Great job.
enjoy the stuff. And what I also like, and it's not only about your project, but it's also others, is that there's a lot of collaboration happening between the projects in Creators
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fund, between the
Mm.
community. That's exactly what makes us strong, and sometimes it could be like we can say, oh, there's we're like 50 people and we do things. Okay, but that's exactly the core, which then grows, and then more opportunities are coming and more people are coming in, which is amazing, and they discover us, and one by one, we're growing all together. So thank you, Djembe. That was great. Give it up to Djembe.
Huzzah!
One question.
My man.
The mic okay
He's stuck
now?
on it.
Yeah,
I
now
had the
Mike is
wrong
perfect.
mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now it's perfect.
Awesome.
Now
Oh
it's
my
perfect.
God! I managed to come here alone in desktop.
Whoa!
She has done it! Huzzah!
Feel free to take the
Come and join us.
position here in among us among
That's
everybody
next
else.
lesson: how to move properly in desktop mode. I'm super
Exactly. We're
clumsy.
recording the update for the Creators Fund, Tanya. So we're now. So the second one. Who wants to go the next? Olgelta maybe, or you, Mark? All right.
No.
Mark was waving.
Yeah,
at me.
I can.
All right.
First of all,
Rock,
can
paper,
you hear
scissors
me?
all next time. Let's go.
Yeah, we can hear you well. We can hear you really well.
Cool, yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for this opportunity to talk a bit about this Somnium Times Talented Writers Fund, and of course the opportunity to ask for an extension, Arthur. That's great. There's no doubt that the you could say the Creators Fund has meant a lot, I think, for the Somnium Times in the past 3 months. If we take a little step back, then I think that what the Somnium Times Talented Writers Fund is really about is like 3 main aspects that I want to repeat here. And one is the creation of quality content, right? That's a very important pillar. The second is to create more exposure with that content. And the third one, which is very important as well, and that's something that Chris raised during the original pitch, was that you could say to turn the Somnium Times into a self-sustainable operation. I think that's absolutely
amazing, yeah.
crucial. Yeah, and I think that if we look at, first of all, at the content side, then I think that I'm really happy with contributions from Oli and from Pax and from Blake as well with his. We all know the What's Hot's in Somnium, and that's really great content and very well received by everyone. And it's great
absolutely.
to get new perspectives. Oli with her news flashes and tutorials, and Blake with his input and what's new in Somnium, etc. So that's great on the content side, right? If we then look at exposure, then I can reveal that over the past 3 months, the number of page views and the number of unique visits to the Somnium Times has doubled, right? Which is quite an achievement. And then you can I think here in September the number of page views reached like almost 4,000. And then you can talk about whether that's a lot or not a lot. I'm not so interested.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
It's quite.
And I'm not
like.
I know. I just know that it's every person who comes into Somnium. Sorry for interrupting. It's like people do read articles, and you have probably the metrics, but I know that the interactions on Twitter, and I see them. They're real. These people are real, and they're reading.
And so first of all, this 4,000. First of all, it's a steep increase, and that's like really cool, right? The second, which I think is really important to note, it's not so much about the number, it's about, because for me it would be easy to double it by doing clickbaity stuff, right? Like it's not difficult for me to get more people to the site. But the thing is, these are people who love what they read, they come back and they turn into followers, which is increasing as well. And I can see that reflected in the fact that the number of organic searches that end up on the website is increasing as well, has doubled as well over the past 3 months, right? So for me, it's showing I'm not like saying if you follow me, if I follow you, you follow me kind of thing. These are people who take a decision to come to the website. They find the website, they read it, they love what they read, and that turns into a following. Right, if I combine the Twitter followers, the YouTube followers, but also there's quite a number of email subscribers actually to the website that has increased quite a bit. We're over 700 followers, and these are this is a quality audience. It's slow and steady in a way, but it's a quality following. This is not like you follow me if I follow you, right? So
Or
I'm
giveaways.
really happy with that part. And one funny statistics that I can share, that in the month of September alone, people from 94 different countries ended up on the website. And if you wonder, like, is that a lot or not? There are 195 countries in the world, so it's half of the globe in terms of countries. Not I mean, we're not talking about number of people. We're talking about number of
Yeah,
countries.
amazing. Yeah.
It's North America, it's entire South America, it's even Africa, it's Asia, it's Europe, like the entire Europe, right? So this is, for me, this is exposure that, like, people, even if they're in Africa, they hear about Somnium Space, and that was the whole plan. The whole plan is to grow, like, and have more exposure and people discovering. I realize that the Somnium Times is also riding the wave of the success of Somnium Space, but I like to believe that we contribute to that, right? And that we produce
100%.
content that people also find Somnium Space through Somnium Times, right? So from that perspective, it's absolutely great. And then if you look at the monetization part, so can we turn this into a self-sustainable operation? Then we had a very successful launch of these advertisement NFTs, the VIP cards that I think it was back in August, and that landed us around 10K, which is money that flows right back into the operation. There is no
amazing.
profit taking. I'm not interested in profit. The only thing I want, keep growing and produce more and more content. And so that was really great. And I think then, like, if the question then is like, but do you need more money, like, from the fund? Do you need more if you now have the 10K, right? And I would like to say that there are some challenges as well, because it's not easy to you could say to get good content creators to create content on a consistent basis. I'm very happy with Blake and Oli and Pax, and I'm trying to hire Ultra Lord as we speak. But that's a challenge. That if I have to say something, that okay, what
Looking at his avatar, he's probably a very expensive guy, huh?
Yeah, and that's why I need to fund Arthur.
Okay.
It's to pay
It's
Ultra
because
Lord.
of him. Okay.
It's only because of him, and it's never a smooth ride. It's like it's ups and downs, and I learn as we go. But it, for me, like the fund has really meant that I could kickstart certain things. One thing that I want to do better and want to focus much more on is expanding the team. I'm still like writing most of the content in a way, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love creating content, but I want to turn it around. I want a team that produces most of the content, where I still do content. Maybe I still review stuff. I want the team to be bigger, and the way to do that, I think, is just like expanding on this, but also like offering more in payments, increase it, because I think it's worth it. Blake is worth it, Oli is worth it, Pax, Ultra Lord, they're worth it. It's great content, and it will help us to keep this wheel spinning, right? There is no doubt that I need to make sure that the other side of the equation, which is the advertisements, I will revisit that. Make it more transparent, make it easier for people to understand. If I want to advertise on the site, what do I do, right? Probably like 1-for-1 NFTs, that if you want an ad on the website, you buy one NFT. If you want an article in the website, you buy one NFT. That allows me to bundle, that allows me to offer like rebates and do it. It's a bit more transparent. And there is still some way to go. I'm extremely happy with how things are developing, but I want to pump every cube that I can get, Arthur. I want to pump that into this. So that's why I would like to extend this, and I would like to, probably the same as what Jambi was saying. If it's possible to increase, I would be really happy with that. Because I need to double the team probably. That's what I'm looking for.
I can thank you for that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were
No, go ahead, Art.
No, I wanted to reflect a little bit on that. I think Somnium Times, and I'm pretty sure everybody will agree here, is one of the most amazing, places where to go and learn about what's happening inside Somnium. And I think it definitely established itself as the most trusted and amazing source of information and inspiration for people even outside Somnium community. Reading this, they get into the story. They understand what's happening here. They start to dream together with us even while not being here, and then they come in because they read the article, and that happened already many times. And it's also, for me, when someone asks what's Somnium, what's happening in Somnium, just sending Somnium Times is more than often enough to just let them know what's happening, and they're like, oh my god, there's even a newspaper in Somnium, and the people are doing so many things here. So that has been working great. I think congratulations on the advertisement part. I also bought myself one because I have Tron Club there, which I would want to advertise, and there will be some great events there, so I'll definitely use that. And what I would want to see in the future more is, of course, more kind of like cool content from within VR, obviously, but also continue writing what you write and continue doing what you do, but also maybe working together with other projects from Creators Fund. For example, Metaverse has his website with the information about, right, and definitely, when we where we lack as Somnium sometimes, when we do an update, and then there is some of the cool features and some of the cool updates, they just get lost in the middle of updates. So some of us we know, but many people don't even know that they can do these things right now. So definitely covering up a little bit in a detail with articles saying like, hey, that's what Somnium Web can do, and going through, or this is how the SDKs work, and maybe working with the Never on this or someone else, and kind of like covering those updates. And whenever we have an update, maybe throwing out an article saying like, that's what's new in Somnium today. This is new update. That's what came out, and some examples and things like that. So definitely this would be helpful for this, and yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I'm looking for that kind of consistency, that whenever there is an update, that we have articles covering that, right? And whether that's maybe in-world review, maybe like anything, right? But that we consistently follow up, and that's what I talked about also in the original pitch, is that Somnium Space is going 200 miles an hour, full speed ahead, right? And it's only going faster because as more people coming in, more initiatives, more things are happening. So how do we make sure that we as a Somnium Times stay relevant? That's only by making sure that we scale up. We have to scale as well, and I think that we had a really great start here in the past 3 months. But it's very clear for me that I need to, because this is not everything we did. We also launched the Somnium Times short fiction contest, right? Which just finished here on the 30th of September, and we will soon announce the winners. We had like 15 submissions. That's not a whole lot, but it's still people who discovered Somnium Space and think, hey, you can write stories that happen in Somnium Space in VR, right? So that's quite cool. But I think that the key for me is in the next 3 months with the is really focus on the content side and expanding the team and becoming very consistent in what we cover, and that we absolutely make, like you're saying, Arthur, the updates are covered, the important events are always covered, and that could be in-world things, that could be interviews related to that. And I can't manage that on my own. I think that's pretty obvious. That cannot be done by one. I'm just hitting the wall. So it's just people, and I think that already, like Ultralord, you're starting with some. We talked about it, doing some interviews with people, interview with Djembe, I think, and with Arthur. We're gonna merge that into the Somnium Times if we manage to do that. So that's another thing, right? Have these very specific topics where we consistently follow up, and I think that's the goal for the next 3 months.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Let's go, Mark. I'd like to share a point. I'd like to share. Somnium Times.
Yeah.
Somnium Times taught me how to do vertex snapping in the builder. So thank you, Somnium Times.
Oh, cool, man.
Oh, this is amazing. This is one of the most important. This is one of the most important skills ever. I mean,
I still don't
literally.
believe it's real.
That's all you need to
Exactly.
know.
Just kidding.
All right, thank you, Mark. Well noted.
I know, right?
We'll of course review
Just a second.
every submission and yeah, happy to I'm absolutely thrilled that Somnium Times exists and that these things are actually real and everybody are reading them. I'm reading Somnium Times, so I'm pretty sure everybody else as well.
We all do.
It's like reading a real newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. It is real, exactly.
The writing's
It's just-
amazing.
it's
Keep
what's
it up,
in the
Mark.
power.
Like, the writing is amazing.
And not
Give
to
it up.
forget the amazing new build from
It's not
Jambi,
just
right?
like
New
a
studio
blog.
of Somnium
Oh,
Times.
yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, this
That's
is like
a-
utilizing that studio more will be even more crazy.
absolutely,
Amazing.
absolutely.
All right, thank you. So,
Thank-
Ogelta, you wanted to
All right,
to taste you first. I'm still amazed by your dress. Sorry, it's just
Thank
like
you.
mesmerizing
I almost
stuff.
changed
I
it out
didn't
to
notice that
something
till
else.
halfway through. I was like, "Whoa."
That's from a painting from about 1999, I think. Anyway, well, I just want, like everyone else, is to say this. This has been just an amazing experience, both personally and, this was already kind of a really cool creative group that was feeding off each other and inspiring each other. And this, having this fund just like sort of emphasized that, just like sought that up to, times 10. And, at a personal level, it's like it's given me, it's been a very practical thing for me because I've been able to spend, just cherished amount of time just working on things, and that's been so amazing. From a psychological standpoint, I kind of feel like I got my mojo back a little bit, I
Yeah.
feel like I got, I feel like I got my art mojo back. I mean, I've been an artist all my life, but I've had to kind of work at a regular job for a couple years. And so this has been a really important thing for me, like I said, from practical and from a personal standpoint. So I did, probably the greatest thing is I did make the leap into full-time, self-employed as an artist. And, had my last day at work.
Yes.
Just over a week ago, I had my last day at work. And almost immediately in that week in between, had a lot of opportunities that are like, oh, this is, 5 or 6 things that I should apply for. They're all really related to what I'm doing. So it's really been kind of, I almost want to say it's life-changing, really, for me. And then as far as the project, the Ogelta, started out with the Ogeltas, mascots, and more. And, the mascots kind of like supposed to be the practical part, and the and more is kind of piggybacking onto that. But the and more is really what I kind of wanted to do. And it took me the process. I think, I stuck with the mascots, and I made the building, and I made a collection of Ashias. And we had the really fun chase, which was kind of a blast. A lot of people showed
That
up
was
for
fun.
that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that was good.
One thing about the building I realized is, when I made the Ogelta, the mascot building, I didn't make one, I didn't make two, I made like 4 different buildings, and they were all completely different. So there's a little bit of a clue into what my real interest in here is, So I went on to, we did the mascots. I did the auction, and then from the auction, I just felt like I needed to take those things and butcher them. I mean, I had been kind of, I think, I've been rebelling against the project a little bit, I realized, and that's okay. Things, you just got to be honest about what's going on. And so I had a really wonderful moment where I just took all those models and I just sort of completely disassembled and reassembled them, and then all of a sudden there are these objects that are like relics. And so then I thought, okay, we're ready for phase 2 of the mascots and more. And so I went ahead and I built a reliquary for these items, and the reliquary also holds previous builds. So some of the previous buildings, in a kind of meta way, got put in there. So this whole thing came full circle and became this other thing I really wanted to do. But guess what? When I made the reliquary, I didn't make one building. I ended up making probably around 4 complete buildings for that. So it's like, well, there's a pattern here. And so it took me even a little bit longer to realize that really, I think what my contribution here is and what my passion here is, I really like just using, for now, the parcels. And I really, I feel like I'm contributing in ways using whatever technology, whatever, upgrades that we make. and really experimenting with them in ways. And I at first was not going to reapply because I didn't have a project really, I thought. But then I thought, no, I think I have 4 parcels that I have, I'm renting these parcels or have access to them for several months. And then I thought, you know, what I really need to do is keep this really open-ended, but really specific. And I thought, I have 4 parcels. If I make 4 builds per month over 3 months, that's 12, that's a minimum of 4. And then that's at least 12 builds. I thought, and keeping it really open as to what it'll be, I thought that would be a really good way to go forward because it's what I'm already doing and it's kind of, I think, the best way I'm contributing. And like as far as the types of things that they will be, some of them will just be purely visual. They may have navigation, but they're mainly going to be there because they're just wonderful. You just walk up to it and go, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So that's going to be one instinct to do those. I also want to do actual spaces and play around with space and hopefully get some non-earthbound type spaces or have them feel that way. And then some others may be more with the Ogelta shop. I was real amazed by how much everyone enjoyed, kind of jumping around on everything. So I thought, well, and so some of them will probably be something like that, where it's just a physically fun thing to do. And then I kind of ignored the web browser. So I would like to have at least one of these parcels each month be really connected with the web browser and really explore what you can do mashing those together with the builder and the SDK or with an GLB combined. I want to really play around with that and have at least one thing that someone can come online and just look at and be amazed by. And then like in terms of sustainability, once we get to renting, these builds, I'll have a whole library of these builds. They're probably not going to be the kind of thing someone would want to buy and put on their parcel, long term, but they definitely would want to, lease them or rent them for an event. And then as far as funding, with the 4 builds, I feel like, with my current funding, that seems to me like that's a good amount, as long as it's my ideas that I'm doing. If it's a if it's some kind of commission, that would be different. But in terms of it just being my ideas, I think the current funding, if I could continue that, I think that would work really well for what I want to do here.
Amazing. Thank you for the update. And as few things I would want to reflect there is, first of all, you cannot even imagine how important for me is to hear that something, an experience in here in Somnium, whatever that is, was life-changing experience. This is why Somnium exists. This is why I created it. And it's amazing that that's happening, and I know it's happening in many more instances. It's life-changing for me too, but it's more and more people are being, the real stories are being written here. Let me say it like this: the real stories, the real life stories, not FOMOs, not something artificial. We're not trying to push things on people, but we are experiencing something really meaningful. And today it's in a smaller scale, tomorrow it will be in a bigger scale, and and God knows how big it will become. But we are here, and we're present here, we're all together. That's what is important. And I think that's a really big core, and an important core to have, and it's a core for success. But regarding your builds are amazing, by the way. I have some calls sometimes. I have some calls, and I don't have time to explore all of them all the time, right? But sometimes I have calls in Somnium when I go around while I'm making those calls, and then I just stumbled on one of your builds and was like, OMG, like it completely. So we were talking about some business stuff, and it completely derailed the whole call because we were like exploring your build. We were like going up and down, and then and they were like, because I'm projecting to the Zoom, right? And they were like, can you move up there? Like, what is this? And we were like exploring the build, and like completely like business call became an exploration call. So that was amazing, and it's I would say one thing I would definitely would love to see. Kind of an improvement on, or whatever we can call it, is because you build this cool stuff, like maybe sharing it, like you're active on Twitter, and you can like sharing it in a better way, so that we can retweet and amplify the message and say like, hey, look what is happening here, like just go and explore. It will help, like even myself, to kind of like crystallize, like, okay, where do I need to go, what's happening, and how it needs so that could be like what. And maybe we're working with Somnium times, maybe working with Ultra for the videos, because you are you tell amazing stories through your builds, okay? And just sharing that story with that build, like, why did you build this? What did you mean with this? Things like this. That's amazing. And I think that will inspire lots and lots of people to do and come and explore and maybe do their own thing. And so that's amazing. And I think, I speak for myself that we're happy to have you among us, obviously, but I would pretty sure think that everybody would agree with me here as well. So yeah, and think about doing some dresses like this. I mean, OMG, I can watch. I can look at this forever. Honestly,
I like when it
like
gets
if I
to
stay like this,
alien
like
That's my favorite.
that means I'm already in
Here it goes,
in
here
the
it goes,
zone.
the
I'm in the
alien.
zone. I'm in the zone. Exactly, I'm in the zone.
He's like,
It's amazing. So yeah, I mean,
Here he
Agatha,
comes.
great to hear that you are you decided to go kind of full-time artistic and stuff, and I hope Somnium will be the place where your core place to kind of grow from, and definitely happy to have you with us. All right. Thank
I
you.
have a point, Arthur.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
can we have more events? More events too, like with the crazy builds and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
That
will
would
try.
be
I'm not real
amazing.
good with
That would
events.
help.
I would like to make especially some of the builds that are event ready too.
Yeah,
so
that would be
even if
awesome.
someone else wants to use it, that would.
Yeah, just
I
work
had
with
thought about
community.
that
We'll
too.
find out the
Yeah.
ways how to make events there. It's all good. Like,
Okay,
if we all
alright.
come together,
No,
we'll
that
find
would be
always
good.
the way to good. Like we can use some of we can connect events. Like if I have Saturday Disco Night, we can use some of the Saturday Disco Night, or like Sasha is running Exploration Club, so we can do this. There's so many possibilities to just like link with the others and do stuff. So definitely.
Everyone
that'd be
should
awesome.
know that, yes, if you're down to do a project, always know I'm down to join and help too. So let's go. Yeah. If you guys saw the giant caterpillar that's taking over my castle as well as yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh yeah.
The Aishaina.
They're amazing.
He's like,
I thought she.
Aishaina. Crap. I'm not good. I'm not good at that. Aishaina.
Oh wow. Okay. So thank you very much, Agata. Who wants to go next?
Thank you.
Me.
Ole? All right.
Yes,
Come here.
please.
Come here. Come here closer to us. Don't be afraid. We don't bite.
Well, I love Somnium Space, obviously, and all you guys, and I really appreciate being given cubes to have freedom to create and all. And the first idea for the Creators Fund that we had was more music involved, and we plan to have a lot of DJs and host more events at Prism Club. But Archer, you're really cool about it. Plans kind of changed, my team changed, and I lost a couple connections to a certain group of artists. But, we rolled with the punches and we decided, hey, let's make something fun and usable. So we, focused on being self-sustaining with art, Pax and I. Where are you? Oh, there you are. With NFTs. So, yeah, we made the VR guitars, and that was really awesome. We sold out, so that's a success. Yes, Archer, thank you very much.
coolest one.
The community really supported us. Yeah, Archer, Fluffy Bob, Cyberpunk 88, that was super awesome. Also, Mark, he wrote a good story about VR guitars, and we purchased one of his NFTs, so that was a great story and helped us promote our NFT project. So yeah, we have a couple new ones. You guys have seen pictures probably of the XR Motors stuff that we're doing. We are doing another collection of acoustic guitars for VR guitars, so we're working on that with cubes. And we worked a lot with Denevro and Sintiki, and we appreciate their help so much. It was, amazing learning from them. We learned so much doing all this. Yeah, we are actually renting an XL from Andy Rutz here. And for the XR Motors, they're like hover vehicles. and they come with sounds, sound gestures, animation gestures, particles, kind of like, you know, you guys saw this, the star one I made a video of, and then there's fire.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So thank you. Yeah, and they come with 3D models, so they're fun, usable, and you know, I think the videos were pretty fun on Twitter, and people really like those. Let's see. I do have notes. 1 second.
Don't forget
And
to
with-
tag
with
Somnium on Twitter when you post the videos, because then I can see and retweet them. Just saying. Never
Oh,
forget
yes,
to do
yeah.
that.
Cool. Yep.
Thank you for.
I just
for
posted a
sharing the
new
stuff that you have.
Because-
tweet and tagged Somnium Space from XR Motors with our dealership that we put on the XL.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
2996, but I tagged Somnium Space and put the parcel. So if
Perfect.
anybody ever wants, you could go check those out. And one other thing with the hover bikes, they come in AR also. So if you go there, each spot, there's 6 spots. They all have the name and then a QR code. So what I did is just lift up my headset, use my cell phone, and then scan it, and then you can see it in AR also if you have an iPhone. Or I think it works on most mobile devices.
Yep.
So it's really cool that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just to follow up
Yeah.
with what Oli said on the VR guitars, we have like the first set was electric guitars, and now we have some acoustic guitars. And the holdup with that was I was working on this idea where the 10 of them that go for sale, each person that wins or purchases one gets a royalty from her next upcoming song. So there was some legality things that were a little confusing on how to get that and how to make the payments to people. But I think we have that sorted out. So that could be something that's pretty cool as well in the near future.
Amazing. And yeah, thank you. And I would say, yeah, regarding the tagging Somnium, we get tagged so much time so that it's easy for me to lose, you know, for us to just lose this whole string of things. So whenever you tag Somnium, then it helps us to see and retweet quickly and amplify the message. But coming back to
Cool.
you know, to your project and stuff, you know, plans always change. Life is that way. The only thing is what we do with that. And I think just continuing and what you have done was great. And you know, you continue doing what you want to do. VR guitars are amazing. I just like the looks of them. I cannot wait, by the way, to put one of those in the trunk club, like in the middle, rotating there and stuff. So that will be great. And I would say, so what you have done is great. You know, your presence and how you're in the community and the energy is amazing. I would definitely, as a suggestion, I would definitely say people definitely love when you do live shows, singing and stuff. So I would encourage you to continue doing that. Spoiler alert: the hologram feature on the Somnium web is amazing. So it would be
Nice.
freaking cool. So I would definitely encourage to explore that dimension of Somnium web and do some absolutely epic parties there with holograms. I guarantee you will love it.
I'm so excited.
Now I know, because I've seen the oh, my controller died. Oh, I can do with this hand like this. But I can hey, you, what is you? What is wrong with you? All right. So you know, I can get wait there. Okay. I can guarantee you that this will be an amazing feature for artists who have green screens, and those who have no green screens as well, but like those who have green screens and can play in one play, this will look freaking awesome.
Oh, nice.
So utilizing this and letting hundreds of people experiencing the events through Somnium Web would be next level experience, and I cannot wait to see that. So yeah, I mean, continue to do what you do with the vehicles and stuff. What I can only say is we are working hard to make sure that item through SDK can become drivable. of course, natively traded inside Somnium, minted through Somnium, natively traded. The royalties, everything will be there for people to natively do that and have them as NFTs in their wallets and stuff. So this is that we're working on it. We're moving 200%. I wish we could move faster, but we're working on it, trying to grow the team and stuff. So please continue what you do. I think it's amazing. The energy is great, and collaboration, like you DJing on the Void Party and other stuff is great. That's exactly what brings community together. And OMG, the Void Party was surprisingly amazing. I was like, I know the guys are great, but it was so cool. The energy there was so cool, like we all were there, and we all
Having
had fun.
all the aliens too, it felt like we were in space.
Yeah. I mean,
very neat.
and the kudos, I cannot stress it more. The only PFP project out there who provides this functionality to their users. Like, what the hell? Okay, so that's really cool. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at the flexing here with his 5 ETH
lottery
avatar.
winner.
What is wrong with
lottery
this?
winner.
Like, okay. Exactly, a lottery winner, and look at this. Look at this.
That thing is cool.
Exactly, it is cool. So yeah, thank you very much. I think that's amazing, and please continue. We'll definitely. I took your input, and we'll come back very soon. With some announcements about the prolongations and amounts and stuff. So thank you.
Cool.
Blake,
Awesome.
you're the last but not the least. Come.
Huzzah! Great job. Let me take a sip of water.
And I need to stand here with my hand. Like I need to pretend that like my hand didn't die.
Here, I'm gonna hold his hand and talk to you guys. So I have to say,
no, wait. The camera is there. You can,
oh yeah. Okay.
Come
Right,
here.
so-
Come here.
Just like everybody else saying here, I can't even believe first off that this has only been 3 months. It feels like a lifetime for that of things that have gone on from the presentation and all that came from that, the preparation and just sorting and figuring out to where we are now, which is like really building a bond with just you guys, along with so many new people coming into the metaverse, and that's of artists of all mediums. And I gotta say, it's been an amazing time for me personally as well to grow and to find my space and being an artist. And although it's taken me away from Twitch and my core artist community, it's allowed me to find what the hell it is that I'm really trying to achieve. And to put it into words, it's community and building something in a place between people that just make experiences and amazing times. And I got to say the groups of people and just everybody that we've come in contact with, and I feel we are so strong right now. And I'm losing my train of thought because that's all I can literally say is that I feel that I'm at home more than ever right now. And the content has been main focus. It's also allowed me to bring my day job into Somnium space, which is it was something that I was fighting. My partner is a total fucking square, so it's been a rough time. But I just kind of I forced it. I forced the circle into the square and made it happen. And I think it's going to be an amazing thing to bring into Somnium as well, and show how businesses that have operated on the outside can operate now inside the metaverse and have a virtual showroom. And I really think that's going to be a huge step. And all in the back end, though, I really think that we've well positioned ourselves perfectly for when the actual integration of the Somnium wallet comes out. Because currently, with gasless tipping and the availability of our ERC20 token, we're about to be verified within a marketplace to be offering wearables and avatars and music and things for Hotspuck. So, as soon as this integration comes in, we not only be available here, but the artists that are across the metaverse, that work with us, which is everybody, because that's what it's all about, is a stepping stone, and this house is meant for that. So I can't wait till that happens, and that's when I feel this next step is going to be huge. And with that, I say, obviously an extension and, an increase would be great, because of the fact that I'd love to have full-time team members that, can dedicate. And I've allocated funds everywhere, and also gotten some retainers and some pretty well-sized events and just content creation, along with the pleasure to work with Mark on a weekly basis, which I freaking love. But I've learned who to work with, who not to work with.
You put me out of job in a good way. I used to do 2 minutes reviews and updates on what's new in Somnium. Now he took over. I was like, okay, more time for me to write emails.
I didn't plan for it to be 2 minutes either. I was like, damn it, now it's like every time. But I love it. And Artur, you and your hand can come do one with me every time.
Yes.
Come with me, please.
Hold it tight.
but that being said, too, any of you guys, if you have something that you want to be shared on what's hot in Somnium, or just want to do something cool together, I'm always open, and I love doing it. And most of all, dude, Woofer Blast. It has a VR headset now too, which was a feat over these past 3 months, and that makes me so happy because he's shown so much support to me through all the crazy crap from a year ago doing Twitch and stuff, and to see him here and creating on parcels, having people rent it, he's doing haunted houses, and he's freaking amazing. And that right there is what makes me full inside and makes me so happy being here with all of you. So thank you guys so much for everything that you do to make
give us
this possible.
Huzzah! All right.
Nah,
I add from myself, Blake. I mean, you are. I'm pretty sure I'm talking for everybody. You're the heart, and the soul, and we, it's amazing how much energy you have, and I have a lot of energy too, and I think we all have lots of energy. And when we put this all together, and now I'm moving my other hand, but you didn't see it. When we put the energy together, the miracles can be done. And I think you've done a great job with the hot house and stuff. What was helpful to me and to Somnium is that hey, Artific. Hello. Hi there, what was helpful to me, to me and everybody else is, that if there is something, an event where something is needed, or a DJ is needed, or something, you always were there to help, and you all it too, and and that's amazing because that's important. I'm getting daily requests for events with questions, and people are looking at Somnium. People are planning to do events in Somnium. Some I can talk to about, some I cannot even right now. There are lots of things happening, and lots of things will be happening. We're on our side. I'm making sure that our team grows as well. So we'll have one new person coming in kind of into our space, who will be helping us to to kind of organize all of this around, and he'll be a good voice of NFTs. We met yesterday in Prague, and we will be spending the week here because we have this exhibition was happening in Prague Castle with NFTs, and Somnium is a central part of it as well. So I can just say to you, and man, thank you for what you do, and continue doing that. I think you're able to show great sides of Somnium in a really good and entertaining way, and that's important. Continue doing that. You bring a lot of people, you kind of bridge the bridges with other people like Root, for example, and others. Amazing. Continue doing that too, because no matter what, our platform becomes better and better, and you can be sure, and I can guarantee you, there are so many amazing things coming into Somnium. We're working really hard, and we will be working even harder. We'll try to deliver the bombastic end of the year for Somnium. You'll see some announcements we'll be doing. There's lots of things, and I personally, when I plan for Somnium, I plan for 10 years ahead. I'm not even thinking some people are thinking, oh well, the Metaverse will be here. I don't care what they think. We will be here. I'm planning 10 years ahead, 15 years ahead already, and and I count with all of you to be here. During this journey, and once the Somnium grows, you will grow with Somnium, 100%. This is guaranteed. If we all succeed, we succeed together. This is not
Absolutely.
Like Somnium succeeding and nobody else. No, we all succeed together. It's all interconnected. That's how it is, and there's no other way. So, yeah, I mean, with this, I'm honored to have all of you as friends, as community members, and as creators here. I literally am honored to have you here. There's no other way around it.
Seriously.
Get me.
So, dude, seriously, he's stuck here, guys. He can't move.
I'm stuck here. Exactly. I cannot move.
Give him a dang hug, guys. Feel the warmth. Feel the warmth. Nah.
All right. So yeah,
Are you
thanks a
still
lot.
breathing?
Thank you, Arthur.
I'm breathing. I'm tough. Not easy to get me. All right. But yeah. So look, we will have physical event probably spring or summer next year in Prague. We'll make sure that everybody from our core community can attend. We'll try to cover as much cost as possible and hotels and stuff. So we'll freaking find a way to make that happen. So we also meet in real life, and we plan for the future all together. So that's definitely coming. And again, thank you. And it was a great update for the first batch of projects. And what I wanted to say is, like, I knew it from the beginning that there will be projects, there will be lots of applications, and there were like 20. And we admitted, I don't remember exactly the number, we admitted like lots of projects, around 10. And I knew that, the some of the projects will just fall out. They will crystallize and they will not be they will not be there, and it's fine. That's exactly it. It's a natural selection, and this selection is done. Who's there behind this? Who is? It's Metaverse fighting there. I'm like, what?
He's like, I'm logging. Shh, I'm logging out.
Exactly. No, I knew that it will. I knew that it will. Not all the projects will make it to the end. And that's fine. That's part of the process. It's the process. It's a natural process, and that's why I knew from the beginning that when other projects will kind of not finish or whatever for whatever reason, the funds which will use to pay them and which will redistribute the funds and increase the funding for those projects which work really well. Thus we're here. That's why we're today discussing it, and we'll be very soon coming back to you with those results, and I'll reach you out personally, of course, in a Discord, and then we'll announce it publicly again for transparency, and everybody knows what's happening. With that, I think I officially announce that this gathering for the video is finished, and I thank you again. And of course, we see everybody on the other side of the monitor and my hand. Everybody.
Oh yes, Somnium on 3 on Arthur's dead hand. Let's go.
Oh my God.
3. Let's go. Oh yeah, come on, Woofer baby. His hands are dead too. No.
Yo,
all right, let's go. Who wants to call it out? Let's go. Who wants to call it out?
Okay.
Let's get Mr. Mark DeMar call it out, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, Mark. Somnium on 3. 3.
Somebody do.
3, 2, 1. Somnium. Yo, so many hugs, dude. I love you guys. Thank you so much for just being the most amazing community and creators to be with doing this.